Dear Jesus, bless this comedy performance. Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Congratulations, you guys. 50 years of SNL. What can you tease for us coming up this weekend?
There's going to be it's 50 hours long, 50 sketches.
Yep.
There's going to
They're
be
each an hour long.
50 hosts. It
is going to be chock full of comedy superstars and past hosts, and it's going to be a lot of fun. You're going to see a lot of your old favorite sketches and your old favorite cast members, and it's just going to be...
Maybe we're going to pop up if you're a fan of this kind of energy.
It's going to be a real nostalgia fest for every generation of SNL fan, you know?
Yeah.
Who are you most looking forward to bumping into in 8H this weekend?
Oh, wow. Who am I most looking forward to? I hope to bump into Adam Sandler. He is a hero of mine.
Yes.
I want to meet I haven't really gotten to meet any of the original cast. So like Chevy, Garrett Morris is going to be there. I think Jane Curtin, I think, yeah.
I'm excited to meet Chevy for sure. That's, he was in Steely Dan briefly.
Wow.
Yeah. Some of the earliest jam sessions.
Enjoy that, nerds.
Yeah, you like that kind of information?
I do. We're here to unearth all the details. We're digging.
Your Access Hollywood viewers are big Steely Dan
Big Steely heads, yeah.
Thank you for understanding the crossover. For a lot of people, being a part of SNL is a lifelong dream. For each of you, when did that dream begin?
I don't remember a time when I didn't want to be on SNL, straight up.
I think when you first see, like you talked about before, when you see it, you stay up late as a kid and it feels like, oh, it's past my bedtime. I'm not supposed to be seeing this.
Yeah.
And you see this thing and you just feel like it's unlike anything you've ever seen. TV, you've never seen TV like that.
Yeah.
You've only seen cartoons or something up to that point.
True.
And you just are like taken by it. And I think every person who goes into comedy, and probably everybody who goes into any kind of acting or film or TV at all, feels some level like I want to be on the cast, or I want to host, or I want to be a part of that thing in some way. I think it is just the American TV institution.
Yeah, it sounds weird, but I always knew I would be on SNL, and it just feels like destiny. That's how I feel.
Totally.
Yeah.
Okay, so then take me into the day that you got the call. You did your audition. We're feeling good about our auditions?
I felt great. I got some laughs in the room. Everybody told me nobody would laugh, and I got some laughs in the room, so that made me feel that got my ego in the right place to kind of cruise the rest of my audition.
I felt pretty good. You do your audition, and then you go meet with Lorne. If it goes good, you meet with Lorne. And then he kind of has you have this cryptic meeting with him.
Yeah.
Where he says something that doesn't really tell you got the job, but you're sort of like, he wouldn't say that to me if I didn't have the job. And then you just go home for like a week, and you're like, I think I got the job.
Yeah.
But you don't really know, because all he said was like, we're going to see how you look in wigs.
Yeah, you're going to be running around a lot, and you're going to figure it out. But it's a lot of fun.
And we hope you can wear pants.
Yeah.
And you're like, what does that mean?
Yeah, he asks you odd questions. You can act, right? Like, you just watched me do it. I think for me, I don't know. They had called Sarah, who I auditioned with, Sarah and Aristotle, and they had called them, but not me. And I knew that they had gotten it, but I didn't. Yeah. And I was like, oh no, I don't know if I got the show. It felt like it was so good. And then they got my phone number wrong. I guess the way I write fives or something, they called the wrong guy. So
that guy got hired.
Some other dude with a Nashville area code got hired.
He's like, I think I'm playing the president on SNL.
That's amazing, that poor man. What has been since joining the cast, what was like a pinch me moment where you're like, for you, you always knew that you were going to be here, so maybe not a pinch me, more like a, oh yes, this makes sense.
Yes.
Justice!
My pinch me moment was being President Biden on my first episode in the first sketch of my first season. I had to go out there alone and lead a cold open that was like 7 minutes long. And I've kind of been doing a version of that first sketch a bunch of times ever since. And they had an enormous amount of trust in me, which at the moment I wasn't really questioning it because I was just saying yes to life. But looking back, I'm like, what were they thinking? And I'm so glad I somehow managed to get through it and say live from New York. So that moment is so surreal. Every bit of it has been surreal.
I think I got hired as a writer first, so I was a writer for a few years before I was on the cast. And in my very first episode, I got a sketch on, and it was Ryan Gosling was the host. And we did like this big rewrite of it because it was kind of this weird sketch. And we just tried to make it a little bit more, tried to just make it a little more normal, maybe give it a better chance. And then I got a call right after we put in the rewrite, and somebody was saying, Ryan Gosling wants to talk to you in his dressing room. And I was like, well, that's cool, but also, what the heck is that? And so I went to his dressing room, and he was just in there, and he was reading the script, and he went, hey, you made these changes. I really liked the original. Could we go back to that? And I was like, absolutely, we can go back to that. And it was just a cool, like, I'm in here collaborating with Ryan Gosling. He's, like, taking interest in my work. He, like, liked the original. It was just a very, like, validating and very, like, okay, I'm here, and this is real, and you're doing it. You're working at SNL, and you're working with these legendary, incredibly talented people. So that just really kind of, like, jolted me awake,
I guess we both had big first episodes.
Yeah,
we both got something on, yeah.
Do you remember what sketch that was?
It was called The Fliplets, which was a parody of the Property Brothers. But there was a
Triplets
third.
that flip homes, fliplets.
And he was a little weird, and he was played by Ryan Gosling.
You gotta
but
give.
I'm very happy with how it turned out. It's one of
You
my
gotta
favorite
give
things I've ever
the
done.
weird role to the host. You
Yeah.
gotta give the host a curveball. Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
James, when you were saying like right out of the gate, you're doing, you're known for your impressions.
Yeah.
But really, that first one's like you're just out there running and gunning. Obviously, a lot of people really liked your Biden impression, also your Trump impression.
Yeah.
What is the key when you're like in the dressing room, ready to go live? Like, what is the key to get into that character to go into an impression?
Oh man, when it comes to like Trump or Biden, who are like guys that I just always have chattering in my brain at all times because I'm mentally ill, I just kind of tap into this flow state. You know what I mean? It just kind of like flows right out of me. Yeah. And some of the voices that are maybe newer, that I'm excited about, but are still coming together. Those ones I really have to get in the zone and just try to be like, okay, you're putting up Paul Giamatti for the first time. Let's hope it goes well. With Trump or with Biden or Lindsey Graham, which is just my mom. That's just me doing my mom's voice. These just kind of flow straight out of me. So some of them are bone deep, and I don't even have to think about it. You know what I mean? But I just try to. I say a little prayer. I say a little prayer, and I say, let me do this the right way. Every time you see me doing Donald Trump, I have just had a little moment with God saying, please tell me how to do this right.
I'm just imagining you in your dressing room, like the lip is flaring a little bit.
Dear Jesus, bless this comedy performance. Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Yeah, exactly.
And how odd to hear him say those words, huh?
I want to ask you, 50 years of SNL, what do you think it is that keeps people coming back and for hopefully 50 more years?
I think it's just the show is constantly bringing in new people, new undiscovered people. Mm-hmm. It ages with its audience. I think it's just constantly bringing in new blood and churning out new talent, and it's just a talent factory. It's just kind of minting people over and over and over again, and you just keep coming because I think I compare it to like a sports team. It's sort of like players get drafted, from college or whatever,
they get traded to Hollywood, you know what I mean?
And you watch them develop, and you're almost rooting for their development as much as you're just like watching the show to enjoy it. You're watching people find their voice, develop a skill, and sometimes you watch something and you're like, oh, that's not exactly there yet. That didn't exactly go well, but I see like something there. That's I think what's fun about watching the show is seeing
that talent blossom.
Seeing that blossom and seeing it grow, and then by the end of their time there, you're like, this person is now a superstar and so capable. But I remember when they were, just kind of playing a waiter and being like, right away, and then leaving, and you're like, now they're running the show.
Yeah.
And real quickly before you leave, I want to play a little SNL trivia.
Okay.
Let's do
go.
Let's do it.
These historical questions.
Come on.
All right. Let's try.
Who is the youngest person to host the show at age 7?
Drew Barrymore.
Culkin?
Drew Barrymore.
Dang it.
I need a buzzer. Ding, ding, ding. Oldest person to host.
Betty White?
Betty White?
A little more confidence. Yes.
I think so, yeah.
I feel like
Betty White.
Betty White. Betty White.
there you are. First person to say it's live from New York.
Chevy Chase?
Yeah.
Yes. Is it's live from New York or just
live from New York? It's Saturday night.
Yeah.
Because they didn't have Saturday Night Live yet,
Yeah, it was
because
just
Howard
called Saturday
Cosell
Night.
had Saturday Night Live at the time.
Which returning cast member loves a cowbell?
Oh, Will Ferrell?
Will Ferrell, yeah.
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 Which blockbuster star auditioned twice but didn't get cast?
Jim Carrey?
Yes.
Yes.
Nice.
Stop doubting yourselves. You guys know.
Yes.
You studied up
Hey,
for this.
we
This
got
is good.
this.
Okay, last one here. Which Dirty Dancing star hilariously parodied Chippendales with Chris Farley?
Oh, what is his name? I feel so bad that now I know who it is, but now his
Swayze.
name, Swayze, Patrick Swayze.
There you go.
Swayze, yeah. I'm always about to say Kurt Russell because they both have the same hot guy mullet, and I'm like, don't get Kurt Russell mixed up with Swayze.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Iconic.
Chippendales,
iconic sketch,
huh?
Yeah.
Good stuff. Maybe we'll see Chippendales this weekend.
We're both taking our shirts off.
Come on, whether they want us to or not.
That's what the people want to see.
I'm storming the stage shirtless.
Come on.
Thank you. You gave us the best tease. That'll keep the show open. Thank you guys so much
Thanks.
for your time. I appreciate it.